Hey there, so we're going to talk about peas now. And we've got two varieties in front of me. We've got an Afilla pea shoot and a Lambourne snap pea shoot. And peas, you buy them in a big bag of frozen peas at the supermarket, but also they're great in terms of the shoots that come up. They have a lot of that same fresh flavor, but they also are really pretty and really crunchy and kind of a great thing to have on a fresh summer dish. And so these two varieties in front of me that you'll see, they're both things that will grow pretty fast. So these will be just a couple of weeks old and they'll grow fast. And this is very early and kind of before the stage where they're going to start producing flowers and pods that are going to eventually create the peas that we all know and love. And so in our system, you'll see around me, I got these shelves next to me. This is our flood and drain system. And this is where we grow a lot of our young crops. And this system is a hydroponic system. That's what we use on the farm. And it's something where water will flow up and then drain down into these trays several times a day. You might even be able to hear some of these pumps that are pushing this water around the farm all of the time. And it's a great system for growing things that are relatively fast growing that don't get to too big of a height. So you can see these shelves are actually pretty close together. And one of the great products that we grow is these peas. And so let me show you the difference in terms of these two varieties. And these things grow so fast, they get tangled up together pretty easily. But look at that, that's a beautiful Afilla pea, almost like a kind of spindly, it reminds me sometimes of the Ents, in Lord of the Rings. These kind of spindly, kind of tree-like branches, and these great little flat leaves on there as well. And this is something that you don't need to cut it up into tiny pieces. It works best on the plate when you've got something that's a couple of inches long and it has that characteristic kind of shape there. Really, really pretty. And yeah, that really fresh summer pea taste. I don't really know how to describe it apart from it tastes of peas, and it's great. And so, I would use this, very much fresh. You can make a little salad just with the peas, or maybe include a leaf with a little bit less taste to it, maybe like a lettuce or a mild arugula, for instance. You could also match this with another one of our micros, which is a radish. It could work really well, that little spicy flavor from the radish and the more calm flavor from the peas. Also works great, maybe on the top of a risotto, something like that, where you've got some creaminess to the dish and you want to bring a little bit more of a fresh flavor to it. Many ways that you could do that. There's also, a couple of cocktails it could work well with. For instance, something a gin or a vodka, something quite sort of relatively neutral to the sort of earthy flavor, where it could work really well. Another variety that we love is called the Lambourne snap green pea. And Calvin Lambourne sadly passed away recently, but he was originally responsible for the snap green pea that everyone knows and loves. So this amazing plant breeder produced a lot of different pea varieties. And luckily his son, Rod Lambourne, is now continuing that on as well today. So we buy big sacks of peas from this guy. And it's great to know the legacy of where that comes from. So these Lambourne snap green peas, they're going to be a little bit different. So you can compare that kind of appearance to them. These ones have maybe a little bit more weight to them. The leaves are a little bit broader, but they've got, great taste. I see these are slightly more, maybe a little bit more juicy, maybe a little bit lighter. They're both amazing. I recommend you try both because, why not try these different varieties? And in terms of nutrition, these are great plants. I mean, they're young plants, they're fresh. Eating any kind of green normally is pretty healthy, but, these are a great sort of thing. If you were to buy a lot of these, it would be a shame to kind of grind these into a smoothie, but you could do it. It'd be a delicious one. But I recommend making little fresh salads out of these that are going to really be a taste of summer and delightful for your guests. So Afilla pea, Lambourne snap green pea, these pea shoots from Farm.One, fantastic. I love them. Enjoy.